In a quiet temple nestled high in the hills of Japan, lived a young monk. He had no family, no possessions, and no desires beyond the simplicity of his daily life. Every morning, he would rise before dawn, sweep the temple grounds, light a single candle before the Buddha statue, and then sit for hours in silent meditation. He wore a single robe, plain, rough, yet warm, and owned only a bowl, a mat, and his breath. The villagers often said, "He speaks less than the wind and gives more than the river." One morning, the sky turned pale and the earth froze. Snow had fallen the entire night, covering everything in white silence. As the monk prepared his tea, he heard something. A faint knock. Not loud, not desperate, but hesitant, like someone unsure if they deserved help. He opened the gate. Standing before him was a man, soaked, shivering, lost. His feet were bare, his clothes torn. Snow clung to his hair, his face was blue. He looked like someone who hadn't been welcomed in a long, long time. The monk didn't ask questions. He simply bowed, stepped aside, and offered his own seat near the fire. He poured the traveler tea, not much, but warm enough to stop the shaking in his hands. He then brought the man some rice and pickled vegetables. The man ate slowly, as if he was remembering how, but he still shivered. The monk looked down at his own robe. It was the only warm piece of cloth he had. The winter outside was sharp, and without it, he would feel every inch of it. But quietly, without hesitation, the monk stood up, removed the robe from his own shoulders, and placed it gently over the travelers. The man stared at him, stunned.
"But won't you freeze?"
Perhaps, but warmth like compassion was never meant to be kept.
Later that night, the temple's abbot returned from a visit to a nearby monastery. He saw the young monk wearing only a thin inner cloth, sweeping snow off the steps. Shocked, he pulled him aside.
"What happened to your robe?"
The monk bowed and explained. The abbot's face turned red.
"You gave away your only protection in the middle of winter? What were you thinking? What will people say?"
"Master, I would rather be remembered for the warmth I gave than the cloth I kept."
That night, as the wind howled through the valley, the monk sat in silence, body shivering, but soul calm. He had given away his only robe, but in doing so, he had worn something warmer than any fabric: kindness. The world often tells us to protect what we own, to hold tightly, to preserve ourselves first. But every once in a while, someone reminds us that the most powerful thing we can wear is the warmth we give to others. If this story made you feel something, pass it on. Let kindness travel, one story at a time. Subscribe to the Nirvana Stories, a daily moment of peace, meaning, and quiet strength.